Hello and welcome to Default Design. In this new tutorial, we will learn about snapping, how to snap with different points. So in Maya, we can snap with three different orientations or three different points. So first is snap to grid, snap to vertex, and third one is the snap to edge. Let's start with snap to vertex. So for this, I have to take my polygon cube. So by clicking my polygon cube, so this is my polygon cube. I have to scale it. So for scale, this is my scale point. Okay. To use the snapping tool, first I have to activate my pivot point. So to activate my pivot point, so I have to press D. So I have to press D, then I have to adjust my pivot point to some distance. Okay. After this, now the next step is my snapping. So first thing is snapping to vertex. So what is vertex? Vertex are these points. These points are my vertex. So to click or how to snap with respect to my vertex. So you have to press V, and then you have to click the respective point. So after clicking the vertex, so this is known as snap to vertex. Again, for snapping respectively to my vertex, which is known as snap to vertex, the shortcut key is V. You have to press the V. Again, I have to this one. Again, I then press V. After pressing V, you can notice that this here will change into my circle shape. Okay, when it is changed to my circle shape, you have to click the vertex. For example, if I want to change here, so I have to click here. This point, or any point, I have to click it. So after clicking it, I have to again deactivate my pivot point. So to deactivate my pivot point, I have to press my D button. Okay. So this is my pivot point. Okay. So on the if I want to scale it, so all the scaling depends on this parameter. Okay, from this point, this shape, or this shape, you can see that there are multiple shapes, or the shape will change when I changes my vertex. So again, this is my snap to vertex. If I want to rotate it, so I have to click the rotate tool here or simply press my shortcut button, which is E. So all the rotation is with respect to this point, which I select. So this is the point from here and out of it. Again, this is my snap to vertex. Okay, so I have to select this and delete it. Okay, so next is my snap to grid. Again, I will take my polygon cube, and then I will scale it and universal scale it. Again, to use my snap to edge, I will again activate my pivot point. So to activate my pivot point, which is my central point, I have to press my shortcut button D, and then I will change the orientation of my pivot point. After the changing of the location of my pivot point, I will go with the snapping to edge. So this is my edge. This line is my edge. This is the edge, this is edge, and this is the edge. So how I will use my commands to snap with my edge. So for snapping with edge, I have to click the button C and hold it. Now you can see that when I use any command, this vertex point, which is basically in this orientation is a sphere, will change into a circular shape. After changing into a circular shape, in snap to vertex, you have to drag and drop. But in snap to vertex, you have to click the C button and then use the middle button. This is my middle button. So you can allocate the point where you want. If I want my point here, so I will click here. Okay. If I want to change it, so this is my new point, so I can change it with respect to my middle point and drag. Again, to use my snap to edge vertex, first I will press my C button, press and hold. Then the middle button of my mouse, and then I will drag it where I want. For example, if I want here, so I will click here, and now this is my new point. So all of the orientations, if I want to scale it, again, from here, you have to deactivate the pivot point. Again, to deactivate the pivot point, I have to press my D button. Okay, so now if I want to scale it, so all the scaling is dependent on this shape. If I want to rotate it, so all the rotation depends on this point. Okay, see from the graph, from the sketch value, which is shown with respect to my angle, that the orientation is respected to this point, this value or this new pivot point. Okay, so I will rotate it, whether I want, if I want to scale it, all the scaling is dependent with respect to my new point. If I want to, again, if I want to scale this, all the value is respective to my new pivot point, which is my central point. If I want to change, or if I want to again shift this point to my origin, so which is my middle point on the middle of the geometry, I have to just click on this, which is known as center pivot. If I want to click here, so this is my new or the center pivot, which is attained by just clicking my center pivot. So again, Control Z. So this is my new point. So this is why snap to vertex, which is basically you have to press V and then drag with middle. You have to press C, then drag with middle, and then you have to drop a value where you want your snap to edge value. Now the next third one is snap to grid. So I have to remodel again. Let's say this is taking the polygon cube again. This one. Then after when I choose it, or when again I have to change my pivot point. To change my pivot point, I have to click D, which is my shortcut, and change it. Okay, I can change it. Yes, this is my new point. After that, the next point is my snap to grid point. Before going to snap to grid, if we press W, it would first I have to delocate it. If you press W, we can move the value, or we can move the shape with my shortcut, which is my W. W is used to move the shape. Again, to snap to grid, first I have to go with the snap to my vertex. So first I have to go with V. When it is circular shape, then I will choose this value. Again, which is my V, then drag and drop. Now again, I have to choose the V and drop it here. Yes. Now this is basically my vertex, which is then negative z-axis. So let me show here. This value is a negative axis because it is in depth with respect to my grid. Now I want this point to be exactly on my grid. So to do this, I have to go with my snap to grid. To snap to grid, I have to click X and then move it here. Okay, so this is my snapping with respect to my grid. Now this snapping is exactly 100% with respect to my grid. In this way, you can basically merge the two things. First, the base of my model and the grid interface. So match my bottom of the 3D model and the grid. So I have to use snap to grid. Again, to snap to grid, first I have to activate my snap to vertex. Snap to vertex, then I have to go with my snap to grid. Snap to grid, the shortcut key X. You have to press the X and then directly put any point or drag it on the grid. So this is all about my snap to grid. Hopefully you enjoy the video. In this lecture, we'll learn all things related to my snapping to grid, snapping to vertex, and snapping to. So subscribe to the channel, and we'll meet you in the next lecture.